you get to a point in a guitar build where you have to start drilling holes in the body that you've spent hours making and looking awesome, and it's scary. First piece of advice is, if you can get one or you can get access to one, get a pillar drill, because it's a lot more stable and accurate than trying to do it yourself with a cordless drill or a hand drill.
So I'm using a hip shot style hardtail bridge that I got from Northwest Guitars. What I've done is I have rechecked the scale length for the guitar, which is 25 inch as it's a PRS type, and I've adjusted the top E saddle as forward as I'm going to want it to go, so that if I'm adjusting intonation, it should only adjust backwards, it shouldn't need to come forwards at all. And so I'm lining the front of that saddle with the scale length position. I've already checked using my protractor to make sure that where I've got it square to the center line, which comes off the neck. So now we have that, we can confirm where the screws that hold the bridge down are going to go, which is those three marks there. The center screw is centered on the base plate, so get a bradawl and a starting point for the drill right on the center line, and then you just do that again for the other two holes in the center of the marks for the screws, and then when we drill those out, the bridge can fix exactly where we want it to be.
So setting the drill press up with a 3mm drill bit and going into the marks that I've made for the bridge. Trick with a pillar drill is take little cuts. You can control it with the wheel, and you just take tiny little cuts at a time until you get to depth. So now I've got the bridge in place, I'm using another drill bit to mark for the string through holes, and then clearing them up with a bradawl, and I'll go straight through the body on the outer two holes, but only 3/4 of the way with the inner four. That's just so it helps with lining up this template for doing the ferrules, and using the masking tape and super glue trick to hold the template in place. Just marking on the guitar body where to put the tape so it matches up to what's on the template, and hold it in place for me. So dab of super glue, you don't need a lot, and it should only go between the masking tape so it won't go over the guitar body. So now that's in place, I've got the guitar body clamped to the driller pill to make sure it doesn't move, and then I'm just going into each hole with an 8mm drill bit and clearing out for the ferrules. Next thing we're drilling is for the controls, the pots and the switch. So I've got some CTS standard size pots here. This one's push-pull for some switching options, and I've got a Switchcraft 3-way toggle. This top is 7.5mm thick to allow some space for the threads to get through. I need to slightly recess the inside of the control cavity. And to do that, I'll be using some Forstner bits. Back to the pillar drill, Forstner bit in and setting it for about 3mm, just to give enough thread through the body for the locking nut. And again, small cuts, just nibble away until you get to where you need to be. Don't do it in one go or you will break out. And now that's done, I'm going back through from the top with a 12mm bit for the switch,
and tiny cuts again until you go through into the cavity. And don't go in one pass, it's not worth the risk. Swap to a 9.5mm bit now for the control pots, and again going in from the top of the guitar body into the cavity. Right, scary time now. Pick up access from the neck to the bridge. Yeah, just steady as you go, nice and careful, and you'll get through no problem. And another scary one is for the bridge ground. So at an angle from under the bridge plate into the control cavity, steady and gently. And now we are making holes for the tuners, going in from the face first, and then once those are done, we flip it over and I'm drilling out slightly larger to take the bushing on the tuners themselves. So again, small cuts, a little at a time, and you'll be absolutely fine.
It's been hotter than a snake's ass in the UK today. Yeah, stick a fork in me, I've had enough. But quick test fit on bridge and the pots, they're all fitting fine. Tuners are fitting fine. We've got everything drilled that I need to so far. All that's left to do will be for the mounting holes for the pickup rings when I come to actually put everything together, and the hole for the jack socket, but I haven't decided yet exactly where that's going, so that will come soon. There's a video popping up that's another part of this build-off series, so if you've not seen it, check that out for me, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.